everybody. Look at that, Ray. No technical difficulties tonight. I'm so
Boom.
excited. Yay. Hey, everybody, welcome. This is Diane Hochman. I'm here with Ray Higdon, and we are, and they're asking who's in the hot tub.
Nice.
Nobody's in the hot tub.
Who wasn't in the hot tub is the question.
Yeah. You know, I did talk about some dirty bananas, so I have to admit I did reveal the dirty bananas. So welcome everybody, and I'm really glad you're here. Last night, through trials and tribulations and crazy stuff, technical difficulties and this and that, I reached out to Ray and I said, Ray, we have a secret club for marketers, and you know, I wondered if you could come and talk to everybody. And then a lot of other people heard about it, so people are coming down, you know, and I just figured that you had so much to share. You know, you and I have known each other for many moons, gosh, years now. And I was so blown away. For those of you that weren't there last night, Ray just talked about fundamental skills. And if there's anything that I feel very strongly about, it's the fundamentals. It's learning how to talk to people. It's learning how to prospect, learning how to recruit. And then it's really cool because then we can get into the blogging like we've done. We can get into the automation. We can get into the list building and copywriting and stuff, you know, blog specialist here, copywriting, email copy specialist. But without those foundations, it's just really hard to move forward. So I know you have a lot for us tonight, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm just going to turn it over to you, Ray.
All right. Well, thanks so much. I appreciate you having me on here. Let's see. I'm hearing an echo. You hear an echo? If you don't.
I don't, but I can mute myself up while you're talking. As soon as you're ready to get going, I'll just mute myself and it should be pretty good.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I just want to make sure you get all set with the
yeah, let's do it.
Share and all that good stuff. And guys, as everybody knows, my nickname is the Digital Dingbat. The king of blogging is not the most technical either, and yet here we are. So let me put Ray's thing up.
Are you seeing it?
It looks absolutely perfect. So I'm going to mute up, and then I'll only jump in if we need to. But I know you have a lot to share, so we're going to get down to it.
Totally. Well, thank you so much again for having me on here. You know, my first generic event, right, the non-company specific event in this space, I happen to have Diane Hochman speak at. So I am very grateful for Diane over the years. Been studying all her different strategies, and just a big, huge Diane Hochman fan for sure. And so I'm always happy to give back to her audience and give back to her top secret club that no one is talking about or should be talking about because it's top secret. But I'm excited to be on here, and we're going to share some cool stuff with you. So tonight, I'm going to share with you how to make more money, get over your prospecting fears, and explode into top earner status. So just a quick question, and you know, feel free to type it in. You know, I won't probably during the presentation, I won't necessarily be looking at the chat, but I would encourage you. I think Diane will probably be monitoring that and maybe, you know, answering questions and things like that. But how would you feel if you made money from almost every call you ever made, whether they joined your network marketing company or not? And I don't know if you're on here and your primary focus is your network marketing company. I know I would assume that many of you are, or maybe some of you are focused on building My Lead System Pro or whatever. Well, doesn't matter. And, you know, Diane was talking earlier about how important the fundamentals are. And I see a lot of people that they go to the internet out of weakness and out of non-willingness to get better at human communication and talking to others. And that is a major mistake, because if you can't communicate, if you can't persuade and influence other people, then you're going to have to generate 100 times more leads than someone who could to make the same amount of money. So that's what we're going to talk about here today. And you know, what if I just want to paint this picture for you, because it's something that, you know, has happened in our lives multiple times actually. But what if we helped you tonight to learn how to make your monthly income higher than your current annual? And I know that maybe for some of you that sounds a little, you know, crazy or strange or something like that. But I'll tell you, you know, just a few months ago, back in August last year, you know, we ran a 3-day event, and in a 3-day time span generated $1.1 million. And both of my sons happened to be there. And, I asked my son, I said, hey, do you remember when I used to work at that insurance company? And that insurance company I worked, 50, sometimes 60 hours a week. And he said, yeah, I remember. And I said, you remember how much I worked? He said, yeah. I said, well, we just generated what would have taken 12 years to generate in 3 days. And, so it is possible for you to not just make, a little bit more money. It's possible for you to make a lot more money. And we want to show you some strategies to help you do just that. So I want you to pay close attention, take notes. We will give you a full plan and we'll have some fun too. So many of you probably know my story. I never want to assume that everyone has heard my story, but I'll share it with you very quickly and then we'll get into the training. But, just a few short years ago, I was dead broke. I was in personal foreclosure. I had lost it all in the Florida real estate market, and I really didn't know what I was going to do. It was a really lean time, and, it's something that I was constantly, being harassed on my phone by bill collectors, and, they had a right to, because I owed them, right? So I probably shouldn't say harassed, but I was just being reached out to because I owed them money and I couldn't pay them, so, when someone knocked at the door, my first thing is I'd look out the Venetian blinds and see who they were. And if they were carrying a clipboard or a bunch of papers or something like that, then I wasn't answering the door because I had nothing to tell them. And, maybe you're on here and you can resonate with some of this, or, God forbid, maybe you're in a even worse, condition. And I can tell you that this isn't a life sentence. If you're in struggle, if you're in a place where you're not making the kind of money that you wish you were making, or you're not making enough money to even get by, just know that it's not a life sentence. It's something that can be changed. It can be improved. And we want to help you out with that tonight. Since those foreclosure days is just a few years ago in 2009, we've been able to generate over $9 million in revenue. And that's like real money, not like volume or something like that. Sometimes you never know how much someone's actually, generating, but we've been able to generate over $9 million. I was the #1 income earner in a network marketing company not too long ago. That was just a few years ago. And that's something that I didn't, I wasn't the master distributor. I didn't come in with a big brand and recruit a whole bunch of people right away. I didn't move, a team into that team. I didn't even have spillover. I had to build both legs. And, my wife and I became the #1 income earners in that company. Earned quite a few different paid vacations. Some of them have included, hot tub adventures, which some of you know what I'm talking about. I've shared the stage with a lot of amazing individuals, such as Tony Robbins, Darren Hardy, Bob Proctor, Robert Kiyosaki, Gary Vaynerchuk, which, apparently Diane is much closer friends with than I am. So I am a little jealous there, not gonna lie.
And you also shared the stage with Diane Hochman.
Yes, that is that. I should have an entire slide dedicated to that for sure.
That would be fine.
For sure. But all of these lesser knowns, and then Diane Hochman, I actually shared the stage with, pretty awesome. And so we've had some fun. We've been featured recently on the Grant Cardone Show, Entrepreneur on Fire, which is my buddy John Lee Dumas, over 1 million downloads a month, pretty crazy. And of course, of all of these things, the local paper is my mom's favorite. That's when she knew we had made it. And that's the one that pumped her up. I guess you didn't catch all the other accolades, but boy, when we made the local paper, that really fired her up, and her pride of son increased by 800% on that day. It's pretty cool. But been able to help a lot of impactors impact more people, which is really kind of our deal. That's what we like to do, is impact and play with people who are up to big things. And if you're on here tonight, you know that Miss Diane Hochman is really just running this joint. She is running the online MLM space and just killing this the whole attraction marketing space. So we're honored to be on here with a major impactor and someone that I look up to as well. All while having an amazing family life. I'm very, very blessed with that. I can tell you that it wasn't always this way. I used to be very, very focused on business, and then family was somewhere in there, but not a major priority. Certainly a priority for me now. There's my lovely family, me and my wife, Jessica, many of you probably know, my 2 boys, Brandon and Ethan, and of course the big ham sandwich there, baby Sabrina. She is just absolutely awesome, and she's sticking her tongue out, which she does definitely like to do, and she's just awesome. And I bring up these pictures because they mean a lot to me, and I'm sure that your family means a lot to you. But I also want to bring this up too. And I saw this image not too long ago, and it's something that I've always kind of verbalized when I speak and train on, but I just thought this was so well done. I thought about quitting, but then I noticed who was watching. I want you to really embrace the fact that there are people watching you, whether you know that or not, whether you embrace that or not. And what are we going to show them? What kind of show will we put on for them? And I just, I don't know if either of my boys will be entrepreneurs or marketers or any of that. I have no idea. And I don't know what, Sabrina is going to be either. But all I do know is I see it as my ethical duty to show them how to play as big as humanly possible, to impact as many people as possible, and so that they carry that kind of energy into whatever it is that they want to do. And I'm going to obviously support them no matter what they do. But just understand that you're being watched, and maybe it's from family members, maybe it's from children, maybe it's from parents, maybe it's from a spouse, right? You're being watched, and I hope that you're creating something worthy of watching, and we want to help you with that here today. So tonight, lots of stuff. My God, we got lots of stuff. So let's get started. How to get over your fear of prospecting. 3 steps to make more money with each prospect. When to pitch your MLM without being awkward. The perfect person attraction formula. How to build your MLM without even talking about it. How I generated over $100,000 my first 12 months with MLSP in just 2 steps. And I'm actually going to share with you very quickly before we get to Q&A, chance to take a peek at my brand new course. And then, of course, we'll get into Q&A. So I will tell you that I have just seen way too many people. And, Diane and I were talking about this earlier, way too many people that struggle with converting online leads to money, signups, and new ranks. So later on, before we get to Q&A, I'm going to share with you total recruiting mastery that will absolutely solve this issue for you. And it's something that, this was created with the online person in mind. Of course, it does all translate to, if you are doing offline, but I really created this with the thought pattern of, okay, who is the person that is using the internet to prospect, and how can they close more leads, and how can they make more money? That's how we created it, and I'll share that with you here in a little bit. Now, why are most afraid? The truth is, and most people don't want to hear this, but the truth is that most people, they prioritize their own self-image above possible impact. And I know that I should be placating you, and I should be stroking your hair and playing the harp for you. But the truth is, if you're not reaching out to people, if you're not picking up the phone, if you're not making calls, if you're not making offers, then you just prioritize. That means that you put a priority on your own self-image above possibly making an impact. Okay. The person that you don't make an offer to, the person that you don't ask if they're open to what it is that you're doing, the person that you don't share what you're up to that could possibly help someone else, is the person that isn't impacted. And you get to preserve your self-image. You get to say, oh, goody, I didn't get to look bad. I didn't get rejected. I didn't, look stupid. And so the people that are afraid and not reaching out to people, they simply prioritize their self-image above impact. And I'm telling you this to kind of help you transition. It isn't because, what most people on the conscious level, they're saying to themselves, well, you know what? It's greedy for me to make more money. It's bad if I'm taking money from others. Well, if you're providing a possible solution, then you should be taking as much money as possible. If you believe in what you are promoting, and hopefully you do. If not, you're going to struggle, right? This isn't, unless you're just a con artist, you got to believe in what you are doing. And if you believe in what you're doing, that it can help somebody else, then you should be reaching out to them, and you should be asking them questions, and you should be helping them out. You got to look at your self-image and the protection of that and probability. You see, it's probable that people are going to tell you no. It's probable that people may even buy your product and then not do anything with it. That's probable. Instead of what's probable, you need to look at what's possible. And we've seen so many amazing stories that are against probability, but they were possible. Okay, the people that are in your cell phone or the people you're connected to on Facebook right now, if they don't have a new opportunity, they have no possibility. If they don't know what you know, if they don't see what it is that you are doing that could possibly change their life, they may not have a possibility. You may be their only possibility, but that's only if you reach out to them. Now, I'll change your vibration here and I'll help you out with this, because the person that is afraid or nervous or stressed or, just kind of brittle around talking to people, that's the person that's trying to close everyone. Instead of trying to close everyone, just see who's open. Just see who's open. And, the analogy I love to use is be the waiter or waitress. If the waitress comes over to you and says, hey, would you like a slice of homemade cherry pie? And you say no, they don't say, why? Why did you reject me? They don't fall to their knees and scream to the sky. They say, okay, no problem. Here's your bill, right? So be like that person. Don't be so energetically tied up in knots on if someone says yes to you or not. And, be a business person, be a professional, be the person that's just trying to see who's open versus trying to close everybody. When you're coming across as the person that wants to close everybody, you come across pretty weird, right? And I want you to understand something here. And this is, maybe you can say it to yourself. I want to help others. And, in all my years of doing this kind of training and empowering people to make a difference and make an impact, I have found that everyone I talk to wants to help others. Like I just don't run into people that they say, you know what, I don't care about others. I just want to make money, right? I just don't run into those kind of people. I run into people that want to help others. But the problem is they have some, mental pretzels around making money that's all twisted up and just doesn't make sense. But you need to really understand what it really is. The only way to help others is to offer them a way to get help. Not everyone will join, but no one will join that doesn't get asked. And that means that no one will get helped that doesn't get asked. So all the people that you haven't asked, you have eliminated any possibility of possibly helping them, of possibly making an impact, of possibly helping them to improve their lives and the lives of their family. And see, with that kind of marching order, with that kind of mantra, maybe, just maybe, we should be asking more people if they're open. We should be seeing if someone is, taking a look. Maybe they're in a state of struggle and we have something that could legitimately help them. Now, fear, I believe that on your deathbed, you're not going to remember those who rejected you, but you just might remember the lives that you've helped change. Now, the question is, how will you show up the rest of your life? With this knowledge that no rejection you're going to carry with you until you pass away, right? There's just no rejection that while you're, on your deathbed that you're thinking, oh man, I really wish I didn't reach out to that one person 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 100 years ago, whatever, right? None of that's going to matter. But whose lives you change, you may remember whose lives you changed. So how can we change more lives? Now, I'm just curious, just talking about a little bit of mindset here, a little bit of fear. Was that helpful? I hope so. Feel free to type in the chat and we'll certainly go through this when we get into the Q&A. But I hope it was helpful to you. And I hope that whatever it is that you promote, that you fully believe in it and that this will help you go and talk to more people about what you have. Okay. Now, the next part assumes that you're wanting to lead with opportunity. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm saying always lead with opportunity. I'm not actually. It's actually more natural to lead with product. It's more natural. Right. And, there are people, there are instances where I would highly suggest to lead with product. Right. This next part does assume that you're leading with the opportunity. So 3 steps to make money. Number 1, ask where they need help. This is so simple, but so few people actually do it. And, and I'll tell you where most people live is they live in their own quota. So they just have a quota of how many signups they need to get to the next rank or how many sales they need to make to meet their monthly bill. And I'm telling you, it's so simple, but so few people do it. So few people actually ask people where they need help or what are they struggling with. So many people are pitching to people before they even know if they have a problem. It's terrible, right? So ask where they need help. Talk about your MLM team training. And this is something that doesn't necessarily have to be your MLM team training. It could be your MLSP team training, right? It could be your, lifestyles of the secret marketers, right? So, talk about your training more than you talk about your comp plan. Now, why would I say that? I say that because there's more people interested in being educated and becoming better at their craft than there are people looking to join a new opportunity. Talk about your MLM team training, talk about those kind of things, and let someone ask you more questions. So if I talk to somebody and, by the way, I'm no longer actively building a network marketing company, but if I talked to someone and I said, hey, where is it that you need help? And whatever it is that they tell me, I assure you, I'm going to be able to think of a story, to think of some kind of link that brings up my network marketing company into the fold, and I'm just going to bring that up. I may find out that, they're a teacher and they're trying to make more money during the summer. And then I'm going to say, oh my goodness, a teacher, huh? I actually just ran into someone in our network marketing company that's a teacher that's making an extra $1,000 a month now. And she's just absolutely rocking it. And well, tell me what have you tried during the summer? Right. So I throw a little bit of information out there, then I roll it back to them to let them talk about their favorite subject, which is them. Now, a lot of times, often, they're saying, well, wait a minute, you're talking about your network marketing company. Well, what company are you in? Now they're asking me about my company. I'm not pitching them. And you may be on here and maybe you think that's not a big distinction. It's a huge distinction. If you can get other people just asking you, even if you're doing a little bit of prompting there, even if you're doing a little bit of, cat and mouse games there, a little bit of baiting, right? You're throwing some bait in the water, see if they bite, right? Even if you're doing that, it's still much more powerful than you saying, hey, I got this great opportunity. I got this great, new comp plan, ground floor, blah, 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 right? Now, if they are in a network marketing company and I assume that they're happy, okay, I'm not a huge fan of flipping, right? There's a lot of trainers out there that they'll teach you how to flip others, right? How to take one from one company and get them all excited about yours. Well, the problem with that is if you're doing that, you're really not helping the profession a whole lot, in my opinion, just throwing it out there. If they're saying that they can't stand their company or they can't stand their upline or they hate, what they're currently doing and they're ready to get out, that's another story. But if you talk to someone that's in a company and they're super happy, ask them this question: how are you doing with generating leads online? That question has generated me hundreds of thousands of dollars. Such a simple question. And I'll tell you, 9 times out of 10, they're going to answer it either, oh, I don't really know how, or boy, I sure wish I knew how, right? It's so simple, so easy. I hope that you wrote this down. This is just one of those just money questions that will generate more money to you. Now, if I ask this question, how are you doing with generating leads online? Sounds like you got a great company. How are you doing with generating leads online? Okay, here's what I do. If it's positive, if they say, like positive meaning that they're interested, right? So if they say, no, online is schmonline, not interested. Okay, cool. Then I'm like, all right, well, good luck to you, buddy, right? I might ask for a referral or I might ask something like that. And I'll share that with you here in a second. But if positive, I may send them to getmlspmastery.com, which is, probably many of you know, is the $10 trial offer. This is a little baby step to get them into the funnel, to get them taking the next step. Now, if I was going to send them to $1,000 sale, I probably need to do more work at this point. But a $10 sale, anybody can say, hey, they got a $10 trial, try it out, see if you like it. It's $10. Check it out, get through the training. I would suggest going through video 1 and 2 and, and then we can chat again or something along those lines. But if positive, I'm going to say, hey, I would highly suggest go check this out. And notice what I focus on. Unless I'm prompted, I would focus on training, not making money. Now, many of you will go the different route and you'll say, hey, I got this, MLSP and you can make extra money with it. Well, in most network marketers' head, that's a conflict. That's a conflict with what it is that they're doing. And they'll say, no, I like my company. And then you'll have to explain, no, it goes really well with other companies, right? And it gets awkward. Don't go that route. Go with training. See, most of us are addicted to training. We're info junkies. We buy lots of courses. We attend lots of seminars. We hire lots of coaches, etc. Okay. Now, if negative, okay, if you say, hey, how are you doing with generating leads online? And they say, oh, I'm not interested in that. No, thanks, buddy. If negative, hold your posture. Now, posture, in my opinion, is the belief in what you're doing without the requirement for external acceptance and approval. I don't need someone to tell me that what I offer and what we have is awesome. All right. And them saying not awesome doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form. Okay. So it'd be just like if someone came to you and said, hey, I think, I've been researching and I looked on Google and it looks like electricity is a scam. It looks like it's not real. There is no real electricity. And you look at your lamp and you look at them and you think they're ready for the loony bin, right? Well, that is the level that means you have a level of posture with electricity. It means that if someone comes to you and tells you that it's bad or negative or a scam or, a pyramid or, something that's not legit, you have too much posture for them. They cannot affect you. And if someone can convince you that electricity is bad, then we got work to do. Okay, but I'm the same way with network marketing, with MLSP, with online marketing. I know that the stuff works. I've been around way too many people that are successful, and we've created way too much success for ourselves. So I have posture around those topics. So should you. So if negative, if they're not interested in generating leads online, hold your posture. Don't be like, what do you mean? Well, online's awesome. Hold your posture and then hit them with this script. Do you know anyone? Say, okay, cool, no problem. Hey, just curious. Do you know anyone that would want to make some extra money if we showed them step-by-step how to do it? Now notice the inflection. Okay, there weren't, before we started teaching a couple years ago, I didn't see too many network marketing trainers teach on tonality. And the reason is that the person teaching sales and recruiting naturally is good at tonality. Okay, so they think that, oh, that's something that people naturally have. Well, what I've found is most people suck at tonality, and that's one of the main reasons they suck at sales. Okay, so teaching actual tonality and when to use inflection, when to end on an upswing to cause confusion, and when to end on a downswing to cause authority. Okay, so do you know anyone that would want to make some extra money if we show them step by step how to do it? Now, what will happen when you say that, if you say it in that manner, is a lot of times people will be snapped out of their mass hypnosis. You see, you may not know this, but most people walk around town in mass hypnosis. They are doing the same thing every single day. They're checking their phone. They're avoiding being hit by a car. They're driving and they don't recall ever driving even there. Right? We're in a mass hypnosis. And this little phrase, if done correctly, can actually snap someone out of mass hypnosis. And they say, well, wait a minute. You're saying make extra money and you show step-by-step how to do it? Like I've literally had people shake their head, like they were literally shaking off the mass hypnosis to pay attention to the question since I asked it in this exact way. Right? It's pretty powerful. Okay. So typically you got one of two options. One, they respond with, well, wait a minute, tell me more now. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention before, because they were in mass hypnosis, right? And it's kind of like when you walk into a store and the person behind the counter says, can I help you? And you say, no, thanks, just looking, even though you know exactly what it is that you want and you don't even know where it is. You don't even know where it is. But because you have a mass hypnotic response to that question, you don't second guess it. Even when you need help, you typically say, oh, I got it, just looking, even though you would love to know where the heck the thing you're looking for is, and they could certainly help you. In fact, they're the only person that could. Because you're in mass hypnosis, you don't, right? You just say, oh, I'm good, right? So this can sometimes snap people out of mass hypnosis. If said correctly, it'll almost always snap them out of mass hypnosis, but you'll get one of two responses. Either, hey, tell me more now, I'm paying attention, I'm sorry, or they'll give you referrals. I've had that happen too. Why not, right? Why not get some referrals? Why not, think about, maximizing every single lead that you talk to, why not think about money maximization with them and just ask them for some referrals? Okay. So I'm just curious, share with you a couple tips here on making money, on talking with prospects. Might one or more of these things make you more money, do you think? Just curious. Hope so. All right. Anyway, so here's Jonathan, pretty cool guy. You helped me push through some internet issues, lack of self-confidence, help teach me what to say, how to think about my prospects, how to position myself so that I can take my recruiting, sponsoring, and selling to a whole new level. I've sponsored over 100 reps now and have sold over $747,000 in retail products just through my network marketing company. That is awesome, Jonathan. Way to go. Okay. When to pitch your MLM. Isn't that what we're all excited about? I mean, we really can't wait, right? Too eager. I don't know what that image is from, but I saw it on Google. I'm like, oh my God, that's so perfect. So too eager, back 3 spaces. Slow down. All right. Slow down. Too many people are too foaming at the mouth to hit their prospect upside the head with their opportunity. Slow down, okay? Here is the mantra, and I swear to God, if we permeate this profession with this mantra, we will eradicate a lot of the negativity around it. Generate a lead, connect with a lead, determine the need. If we get this in the hands, if we weaponize this, and we crop dust it across the network marketing profession, we have a shot, a real shot of the masses being more accepting of this profession. If we do not, if it's locate human, attack human with opportunity like it currently is, then we're going to keep fighting this battle. We're going to keep, I don't know how many Facebook groups that I'm in that they constantly are bashing and expressing yet another crappy story of how a network marketer was an idiot, right? I mean, so many, and I'm constantly defending this profession, and it's wearing me out, right? It's just wearing me out. So let's raise the education of this profession. Let's raise the vibration. Let's raise the conversation level. And if you just think about generate a lead, connect with a lead, determine the need, okay? And where you can help is know what it is that you have, right? What is your opportunity, product, or service solve, okay? And you listen for those types of things. And if you do this, you won't leave dead bodies. You won't kill people. You won't have people blasting you into private Facebook groups talking all about your crappy pitch, right? Not going to happen. Now, don't be afraid. I know so often network marketing training teaches, how to get business builders, right? How to get, professionals to want to make money with your team. Well, don't be afraid to talk about product. And, if you haven't in your company already, although many of you have, if you haven't already, let me tell you, there is definitely going to be an even more emphasis on products because of the FTC and how they've come after different companies. I'm just letting you know in case you don't know, okay? Selling your product and having legitimate customers is a big deal, okay? Jess and I, we got all kinds of auto ships rocking in this house, and we got stacks of all kinds of stuff. So focus on their need, not your quota. Big difference, okay? What do they need? What problems do they need solved? What desires do they want to attain? How can your product, service, or opportunity help them accomplish those things? That's what makes sales very easy. It's very easy. If someone comes to you and says, boy, man, I really need this, and then you say, oh, well, crap, man, this actually solves that. What is tough is you going to somebody and saying, hey, I got this thing and it solves this, and this. And they're like, those are none of my problems, right? Find out their needs before you're pushing and ramming down their throat the thing that you have to offer, okay? So I want you to understand that many sales, whether it's through a product or coaching or signing up for a network marketing company, many of the sales that we've eventually gotten didn't happen on the first call. If you maintain that connection and you're not weird, and I'm certainly not suggesting that you build rapport for 21 weeks before you approach them with something, you're listening for the need. So if they bring up the need and you find a way to transition into your network marketing company, then go for it on the first call. There's many first calls where we have, but not all. If I don't see an opportunity, if I don't see, if I haven't asked them enough questions to determine if they may be interested in, want, desire, have to have what it is that I offer, then I may not bring it up on the first call, right? And that's okay. It's okay, right? Is there anyone in your life that you don't make money off that you're still friends? God, I sure hope so, right? And by the way, I'm going to share with you that we are going to hold a very special live webinar that talks all about the transition, because there is more work here to be done, and but we gotta move forward. Here's a coaching client of ours, Kareen. Very, very proud of her. And you know, she went through our coaching, and she was going after this rank in her company. She'd been going after it for 2 years. Not only did she hit that rank, but she hit the next rank. And then she was nice enough to send us this greeting card in the mail, and showing her on stage, rocking it out, getting her new pin. Super, super cool. We love doing what we do, and we would love to see these kind of cards from you guys. Perfect person attraction formula. All right. So I want you to think about, who do you want to attract? And it's funny to me in that the people who continue to crush it can answer this question extremely easily. The people who are sucking wind, they're like, anybody. Well, if you're trying to attract anybody, there's a good shot you won't turn on anybody, right? And so, you know, who do you want to attract? Who do you want to come to you? Now, let me explain the difference. There's a difference between marketing and prospecting. Prospecting is, hey, I'm out at an event, and there's a guy next to me. Prospect him. I'm not going to say, excuse me, sir, I have a brief survey to determine if you're in my target market. No, they're standing next to me. Prospect them. Ask them a question. Start to build rapport. Say, I like your shoes. Where'd you get them? Hey, nice watch. What is that? Right? What is it that you do? Ask them questions. Okay. Marketing is on purpose. Okay. Marketing, I'm not just standing in a crowded room and, you know, let me talk to the people around me. Marketing is, I determine, who do I want standing around me? Who do I want? Who do I want to get in my room? Okay. So you look at, who do you want to attract, not just what works. Like, a lot of times what screws you guys up is you go to a company event and someone will get up on stage and they say, I just talked to baby boomers and I got a huge team. And you say, ooh, baby boomers, man, that's a good idea. And then the next person gets up and says, I focus on college kids. And you say, oh my God, that makes so much sense. College kids. And then the next person gets up there and they say, I just talked to business owners. You're like, oh my God, that's the best of the three, business owners, right? That's why you're so confused, is you don't know who you want to attract. So one week it's college kids, one week it's, you know, people scared of the government, one week it's people for guns, and next week not, right? Whatever, okay? Instead of thinking about what works, because I'll give you a little secret, anything works if done consistently. If you're consistent, you can attract anybody, right? So if you know that, then who do you want? Who do you want to be around? What type of person, what type of traits, you know, do they have certain commonalities? Do you want to be around people that are really focused on being super ripped, and, you know, they love to attend the X Games, and, you know, they're adrenaline junkies, right? Is that who you want? Do you want to be more around stay-at-home moms that just love, you know, educating their child and raising the intelligence of their babies, right? Who is it that you want, right? Who do you want to attract? And you want to think about those things, and then think to yourself, what problems do they face? What do they desire? Where do they hang out? What are they already watching? What are they already reading? What do I want to know about those people, those exact people? And then shoot and create content around those topics and those things to help attract them to you. And I'll give you a couple examples here. So network marketers, right? Well, if you're on this training and you've hopefully maybe you've taken one note, right? Maybe two. Right? Well, take your notes and you can convert those notes to online training. You can convert it to a Facebook Live. I mean, how spoiled are we now with Facebook Live and Periscope? I mean, my God, you know, 3 weeks ago, we had 7,300 people on a live stream. I mean, I've never been able to get in front of 7,300 people unless it was like an event. You know, there's been a couple times in my life where I had that opportunity to speak to that large of an audience, but you picking up my phone and pressing a button and having 7,000 people watching me, that's crazy. We're spoiled as marketers. We just have to tap into it, and we have to follow a system, right? So network marketers, you could literally take your notes from this training right here, create some Facebook Lives or Periscopes or blogs if you have that, and I certainly do suggest that. It's my favorite type of marketing, and you could be attracting network marketers to you. Health and wellness, heck, the next time you're walking through the grocery store, look to your left and right, and you'll see health and wellness magazines. But what's special about them is they're the best headlines and copies in the entire store, and they're placed there only because they generate so much money in revenue and they sell so much better than all the other magazines. They literally have the best copywriters on planet Earth writing those, Weight Watchers magazine headlines, right? If you're in health and wellness, look at those headlines, let those ideas sink in. You might even sneak a picture or buy the magazine, God forbid, right? $4, and study what is it that they are positioning in the marketplace to attract people to them, and why can't you do that? Why can't you have similar topics? Why can't you share some of the information that you get out of that magazine, or take their headlines and then come up with your own answer to their headlines, right? Why not? Why can't you do that? ILT, and many of you have heard this, but it's invest, learn, teach. You invest your time and possibly money to learn something, and then you teach it. Now, I know that if you're on this webinar, you're already doing the I and the L. You invested your time to be on here. You're learning, hopefully, at least 2 things, and it's up to you. Will you convert those notes to online content or not, and fulfill the T? And ILT is how we built our business. Let me tell you, I started creating content and shooting blogs when I was in foreclosure. I'd failed in 11 different companies. All right. So, I'm just letting you know, you don't have to have big dog resume or $1 million earner resume to start helping other people. You don't have to have that. Here's a friend of mine, JP. I'm happy to report that I've been using your techniques for sponsoring. My business has tripled since then. I shifted the focus off of me and now probe into the wants, needs, desires, and challenges of my prospect, which helps me build instant rapport. Plus, I'm just way more comfortable and relaxed, which makes it a fun business now. Who would want to be more comfortable and relaxed when talking to prospects? That would be hopefully all of us, right? Now, here's how to grow your MLM by never talking about it. Right? You're like an undercover agent. All right. So FYI, and I suspect if you're in this group, you already know this really well. So we'll kind of go quickly through this, but posting the name of your company on social media hurts you in 2 ways. Okay. Number 1, people see you as a pitch person. It raises resistance and they say, oh, there's Mr. or Mrs. Salesperson. Yay. Let's invite them to our next party so they can bring samples and hand them out at the punch bowl. Right? So that would be no one, right? No one wants to invite you to parties if you're posting your MLM sales page or your buy one, get one flyer on your social media page, any social media, right? So it hurts you there. The other way that it hurts it is let's say, Susie Go Lucky that's brand new to social media. She happens upon your social media site and she says, oh my goodness, look at this buy one, get one flyer. It sounds so amazing. Wow, what a great looking product. Let me Google it. They Google it and they find some guy in Nebraska that's telling, saying that the company is made up of devil worshipers and they wiped out his life savings and it's a pyramid scheme and Bernie Madoff is a secret investor, right? And now they go back to you without you even knowing it and think, oh my God, what a freaking con artist, okay? Posting your MLM company can only hurt you. It can only hurt you. Let you be the one to tell them. Raise more curiosity than resistance. Have them wondering. And at one point, it was really funny, and I just kind of happened across this. At one point, I was looking in the in Google. You can look up the Google keyword tool. At one point, the phrase "What MLM is Ray Higdon in" was getting 1,100 searches a month. Why? I mean, that's crazy, right? Why? Because I didn't talk about it. I didn't openly share it. And I'll tell you, I've done it both ways, guys. In a company a few years ago, I used to, fairly often talk about it, but you know what? It didn't help my recruiting at all. And I don't know how bad it hurt me. It didn't help me at all. When I started making it harder to know what company I was in, more people reached out to me. And the more people that reach out to you, the better shot you got of actually recruiting them. Now, here's my 2 steps. Hope you like that picture. I like it. I think it's cool. Make it rain. 2 steps to $100,000 in 12 months in MLSP. And these are my 2 steps. One, I've already shared with you. Okay. Every lead that I talked to that it was either happy in their company or just didn't join my MLM. Okay. Every one of them, I asked them, how are you doing with generating leads online? Every one of them. And I'll tell you, 9 out of 10 were interested. And then I would send them to the link. I would send them to Get MLSP Mastery, right? And many of them joined. It's actually how we've, I think we've now brought in like 1,100 or something like that people into MLSP. That was one of the big ways that we did it early on. Now, I also did PS lines on my blog post. You could also do live videos. I'll tell you what not to do. Okay, if you're inside MLSP, stop just posting the capture page on your site. Instead of a 1-step program that doesn't work very well, have a 2-step program that works extremely well. Shoot a video and share some value you got from whatever is behind the capture page. So if you watch this awesome training and it's behind a capture page, then take your 3 to 4 or 5 notes, shoot a video sharing those 3 to 4 or 5 notes, and then point people to, hey, if you want to get the full training, feel free to visit this page. Now you've warmed them up to go and enter their name and email versus when they just click on it on social media, they see name and email and they just close it. Right? So don't just rely on the clever copying, the copywriting of MLSP. It is good. It's better than most companies, almost all companies, right? But it's not enough to just be posting their very clever capture pages. Instead, create a little bit of content beforehand. So I'm just curious, have you gotten value so far? Is there a tip or two that will help you make more money, generate more leads, make more money? Hopefully. I hope. All right. Well, I've shared a lot of awesome tips with you, at least I believe. And that should definitely help you. But if you want major change, you really need to listen or watch recruiting training on a regular basis to really absorb and own it. And before we get to Q&A, I just want to share something special with you that we put together for the very first time. And some of you saw me present this last night. I can tell you that prior to last night, no one had ever seen what I'm about to share with you. And that is Total Recruiting Mastery. This is how to make money on virtually every single prospecting call that you make. There's 19 lessons. You see, I didn't, research a book or read a theoretical collegiate book on prospecting or recruiting. I know your world inside and out. So we put it together very on purpose. How to be more consistent, getting over your fear of rejection, why I prefer the phone, how to follow up and close leads, how to close leads with no phone numbers. Ever wonder that? How to close MLSP leads. Imagine that. It's not generic at all. How to close company-specific leads no matter what company you're in. My very best closing strategies, how to overcome objections, how to attract the right people to you, what to do and not do on social media. Very, very important. My favorite way to generate leads quickly, offline strategies to close more reps and signups, and a whole lot more. Now, this course right here, I can assure you without any shadow of a doubt, has a retail value of $497. Now, we also put all 19 videos on MP3. Now, some people I know prefer to listen at the gym or at home or driving into work or whatever. You can watch it first, perhaps, then you can, listen to them. That's a retail value of $97. Now, I have a couple bonuses for you here today. And I believe a little birdie told me at least that even Diane may have a couple bonuses for you too. So I'll share with you what we have, and then she may have at least one bonus or something like that. Prospecting power up. And I don't know about you, but there were days when I just did not feel like making the call, and I got all stressed out before I made a prospecting call. Well, this was designed to help you get at ease and get fired up to make the next call. And we put this audio together very, very specifically to help you out to feel better when you're making your calls. And if you feel better, you will close more leads. That's a retail value of $29. Maintaining your power. Now, this is a training I did in Philadelphia a few years ago. And I had a couple legends, actually network marketing legends in the room. And they said it was the best training they had ever seen on network marketing and raising your mindset. But that's something that we have a very rare recording of that, and that's a retail value of $67. So just to kind of recap here, you got the Total Recruiting Mastery, 19 lessons, Total Recruiting Mastery on MP3, all 19 lessons on MP3. That one bonus, prospecting power up, maintaining your power, that's a total value of $690. So that's and I can tell you right now that for $690 for you to completely change the way that you recruit and prospect for the rest of your life, $690, it would totally be worth it. That's totally a good value for you. Now you might be struggling with talking to prospects or even getting any prospects or turning prospects into signups or getting bigger commission checks, or maybe you're on here and you feel overwhelmed or, God forbid, even stuck. And, with all the information out there and you're suffering from, information constipation, right? But soon you'll be attracting daily prospects like clockwork. You'll be growing your downline every week. You'll have complete clarity about what it takes to create a network marketing empire, and you'll be able to cut through all the noise and start getting actual results faster than you ever have before. I wanted to make this special for you, so we decided to not just have a couple bonuses, but maybe we'll add one more. I threw together the cold market recruiting. Now, this is our Top Earner Success School session on cold market recruiting. I had about 100 people tell me this was the best training on cold market that they had ever seen. But you get to discover how to not only approach total strangers, but also how to recruit them into your downline. What to say to get complete strangers to ask you about your opportunity, and how to remove your attachment to the outcome. That's a retail value of $77. And in fact, here's the whole kit and caboodle here. Total Recruiting Mastery with on MP3. You get the 3 different bonuses I talked about. That's $767. And if all this did for you was help you recruit at least 2 more reps a week, and let me tell you, if you're following the scripts that I share in Total Recruiting Mastery, not only might you be recruiting 2 more reps each week, but you'll probably also be getting some MLSP signups and make you feel way more confident if total strangers are open to your business opportunity, and craft a vision so powerful that you become absolutely unstoppable. And I just got one more bonus here, and that's on closing. I find that so many people, they need help in closing, so we included our very best training on closing. You learn the #1 skill to making more money in your network marketing company, how to close more reps in your downline without being cheesy or, NLP, right? There's so many people that teach that stuff and then they don't know how to speak to humans, and it just comes across as very, very weird. Some of the people that profess to be NLP experts are also the strangest people to talk to, and you really don't even want to. So I teach you very, very simple strategies to close more people, how to even recruit doubters, cynics, skeptics, etc. And that's a retail value of $77. So everything that I've talked about here today, over $844 in value, of real value. And I can tell you that this is about to completely change your life. We have a special, as you may be aware. You're not going to pay $844. You're not going to pay $420. You're not even going to pay $297, which is probably where you thought we might stop. Right now, for tonight only, and this is real, okay? You literally have, this is no joke. I'm just letting you know. You have 47 minutes. I know you think I'm making this up, but Diane, I believe
he's not, guys. He's not.
You literally have 47 minutes.
And it's not in Ray's control or my control. Yeah. It's being dictated by the people who are maintaining the sites and everything else. Yeah. So he's not fooling. Yep.
This isn't a Ray choice. The gods of MLSP have spoken, and at 9 o'clock, this is what happened. You have until 9 o'clock, which is in 46 minutes now. You can get everything that I talked about here today at totalrecruitingmastery.com, not for $844, not for $400, $300. You can get it today for $117, 2 payments of $117, or if you want to save little bit, save $37 and get the entire package and all the bonuses for $197. Now, here's Lisa Torres, just hit L6, and I just love, she sent me this, I think 2 days ago or yesterday. Since working directly with Ray over the past 4 months, my online prospecting skills that I learned from his teachings have dramatically increased. He played a huge role in my ability to sponsor more distributors, customers, clients in my business than ever before, which allowed me to increase my income to over $80,000 in just the first quarter of 2016 alone. Just hit L6. So proud of her. She is absolutely amazing. And again, limited time. By the way, after 9 o'clock, you can still get it. It just you just pay more. All right. So I'd rather you get the very best deal possible. Is that right? Or is it go away?
No, that's correct. Guys, what I prefer you do is the offers on the right-hand side and the way we're working the webinar. You know, you can go to totalrecruitingmastery.com, but I want you to make sure, because if you want to get the bonus that I'm about to talk about, it's real important that you click on it on the right.
Okay, cool.
Which is, no, my bad. I should have told you right. I mean, it'll work if they go through there, you know, go through the main link, but I want to make 100% sure, because I know you have a couple more things to tell them about, and then I have something to tell about. So if you guys are excited, look at that offer. It's sitting on the right-hand side of your screen there. And absolutely.
Yeah, and definitely look, like Diane said, look at the offer on the right. That is the just to make sure you get all the bonuses. That's my big concern. So real quick question: would it be okay if I made it even sweeter?
This is stupid.
Well, there was a course that I made that forever changed the way people recruited online. It taught advanced closing strategies, persuasion, influence, strategies that I had never seen taught in the network marketing space. I actually brought it from the real estate selling from stage space. And it was also the very first course I created inside the network marketing space. And those that get the course tonight will also get that entire course. Now, we've sold this course thousands of times. In fact, maybe it's quite possible we've sold it over 10,000 times. It probably is likely, actually.
Yeah.
This is the mega bonus. You get the entire master sponsoring series, the course that started my professional training career. It's a full-blown course on closing, over 4 hours of actual closing. You get all the, I'll go through these very quickly because I know we're limited time here, but the $1 million questions master recruiters use in every single conversation, infallible daily routine that make you 100 times more productive than you ever dreamed possible, mirroring, matching, pacing, leading, so that you instantly get people to like and excited to sign up in your business, prospecting in a way that ensures you start sponsoring people this week. In fact, I didn't get a chance to add it to the PowerPoint. We had someone that bought this course last night that recruited someone after going through the first couple modules. They recruited someone in 8 minutes, someone they did not know. And I didn't get a chance to add this, but it was actually posted in the MLSP Facebook group. That's how powerful this kind of stuff is. Now, this is a retail value of $297. So just a quick recap, you're now at over $1,100. And today, obviously, you know what? Let's add 2 more. So mega bonus, mega bonus, mind blown. This is going to be a live Q&A webinar. All of your questions around pitching, transitioning, bringing people into your network marketing business. I want to leave no stone unturned. I want to absolutely cover every question you possibly have about building your network marketing business. What helped us become the #1 income earners in a company? What has helped us earn over $1 million in commissions in just one company? This will be worth thousands of dollars to you. Retail value of $297. And then, hey, let's just get crazy. This is going to rattle the foundation of the online space. This is my micro coaching cash machine. This is something that I've never seen taught before, and it's how to add $400 to $6,500 a month extra by running micro coaching sessions. Big resume, rockstar status, not required. I'm going to show you step by step exactly what links to use, what language to use, how to tap into the needs of the marketplace with this very simple to implement strategy that does not require any kind of technical know-how. I show you exactly what to do, how to have micro coaching sessions that generate big money to you, and it's going to be super, super simple. This, I'm just letting you know. If you've seen all the other bonuses and you're like, wow, those are pretty good. If you never even look at any of those other things, but you only attend this, I guarantee it's absolutely worth it. And again, you're getting all this stuff. Now we're getting crazy. We're over $1,700 that you can access tonight for the next 31 minutes. One payment or 2 payments of $117. Or one payment of $197, and you get everything that I talked about. The buy one, get one course. You're getting 2 courses. You get all those bonuses, the 2 live webinars, and it's just crazy. So my man Steve, he says, working with us is the best decision he'd ever made, has been the key element to this growth in MLSP, primary business and coaching business. And you can either invest in this, grab the deal while you can. You got a little bit of time left here, or you can wake up and do the same thing you've been doing, right? I assure you, if you got value from this, just wait till you get inside the course. It's going to totally blow your mind. So everything today, $117, 2 payments, or $197. And you have the link on the right-hand side that'll allow you to get all of the bonuses. And I believe, a little birdie told me that there may even be another bonus or maybe something else. Diane, I'll roll it over to you.
Yes, yes. Well, first of all, guys, I really want to tell you that I have known Ray a long time, and all those stories that he's put up, I know almost all of those people. In fact, he just put up Steve Krivda. I've watched him develop into a master right before my eyes, and it really has everything to do with obviously Steve's hard work, but his relationship with Ray and the mentorship he's had from Ray. And Ray, I think, you know, I was busy this week putting together my secret club that hosted the and the thing is, if you knew what it was, I'd have to kill you, so I can't really tell you about it. It's launching in a couple of weeks. We have a beta group that are here tonight hosting you, and I just want to thank you. I know you're getting on a plane in the morning. I know you have a lot going on with the family. The fact that you said yes means the world to me, and I think everybody in the group is very, very thankful to you for coming out tonight. I know we had some tech issues, especially those of us on the East Coast. A lot of people had to turn in, they missed stuff, so we really appreciate it. And
did you want the screen, Diane? Did you want me to hand?
I can put it on. No, I don't even. I didn't make a slide. You know me. I'm like, yeah. I just do my thing, guys. This is what I'm doing tonight. If you are purchasing your course, first of all, I've been very busy this week, and I didn't. Ray, I'm going to make a true confession. Let me turn on the camera so you can see my face when I say it to you. I did not promote last night's webinar.
Oh my goodness.
I'm the #1 affiliate of My Lead System Pro. We and I battle back and forth. I did not promote.
You mean the one that started at 9:15?
Well, that wasn't that's technology. That happened. That's nobody's fault. Although we will make fun of Brian for the rest of his life. Yes. It only happens when you're on, though, and then he's like, "Well, like, oh no, it never happens." Well, actually, it does when Ray's on. Google like sets their time clock to Ray doing an MLSP webinar. You know, so you know, I did not promote last night because I was wrapping something up, and I knew I wasn't. I don't like to tell people to go to something that I can't be at and can't be there to support them during the process. So that's part of why I was like texting you. I'm like, great, can you come out tonight? You know, guys, I said to my list today, I said to my people today, I put it all over the internet today, this is the deal of the year. And anybody who knows me knows I don't say that. I'm very, very, very straightforward. This is the, you know, this is the whole enchilada. This is the, you know, the good deal. And anybody who's not taking it, I just, you know, again, I'm not one to push stuff on in your time, pick what you want. You know, obviously tell everybody to invest in themselves, pick, you know, the things that, you know, are going to serve you best, and, you know, make sure that you're running your business like a business. But this one is silly. And so I got together with the group and I said, what if I threw something else on tonight? And I said, go out and invite people to come here, Ray. I'm not going to tell you what it is. So even my own guys don't know what we're doing. But guys, I have a program called the Cash Flow Recruiting Machine that is specifically for network marketers. And it's about teaching them how to take their prospecting efforts and turn it into a list. When you think about it, you can prospect somebody, you know, so many times, and if you're doing it skillfully, and if you learn communication like Ray's going to teach in the course, then you probably can follow up with them pretty well. But there's only so many times you can contact somebody without getting a little pesky, you know, especially if your skills aren't completely there. But what if you learned how to offer people a special newsletter that was providing them with your content and with your information, and through this newsletter, you were actually able to tickle them, that's what I like to call it, as many times a year as you wanted, up to 365 times a year. So you could always be at the top of their mind. So if you had prospected them and they liked you, but it wasn't the right time, or as our friend Eric Worre calls it, high noon, if it wasn't high noon, you're always going to be in front of them serving them. So when it is high noon, when it's time for them to make a move, there will be no other logical choice besides you. Now, this is a course I've taught 1,000,000 times for $497. Anybody who purchases tonight through one of the members of the Secret Club, if anybody snuck in the side door or whatever, I'll see what I can do for you, but this was a private webinar. you're going to get that as well. So I don't know, what were you up to? Like $4 million worth of stuff you were giving away? It wasn't about $4 million, wasn't it?
Pictures of baby Sabrina, locks of her
Well, I
hair.
want those. Lisa and I haven't even gotten to lay hands on that child yet. And
Oh,
Lisa and I bicker about it. I said, once she meets me, she won't want you anymore. And well, you know, so that there alone.
Yeah, we were over $1,700 already.
Yeah, so that puts you over $2,000.
Wow.
You know, well over $2,000, $2,200 worth of value. And guys, these are legit values. These are not values that we're making up or pulling out of our butts or, you know, pulling out of thin air. These things have been sold at these prices legit. I was there when Ray came out with that original course and he just threw in for you guys. You know, and I know what he charges for coaching. I know what he charges for consulting. I know what this man does, and some of the top names in the industry go to him for help. And I'm talking multi-million dollar legends go to him. So when you look at this bundle, I don't foresee us seeing another one this good for a long time. In fact, you've raised the bar, Ray. You've raised the bar. Now I need to, you know, I thought my attraction marketing intensive was like giving away the farm. This is like giving away a continent, you know, I think like, you know, New Zealand or something you gave away there. So, you know, I really can't say enough about it. And we have literally a few minutes. I did turn on the Q&A and we'll look, but guys, I have another, I have a class I have to teach, my monthly mastermind. And legit, this closes at 9. I had to twist Brian Finelli's arm to get the bonuses for you guys to stay alive. At last night, I was like, please, 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 please. And then he said 9 o'clock. And the reason why is because he's also leaving for the Dominican Republic. There's a lot of stuff going on. So even though the cart will be open tomorrow, be open for a little while, the price is going up. My bonus is going away. And, you know, we're not kidding.
Yep.
And at $197 or 2 payments of $117, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
and by the way, like 2 days ago, you could buy Master Sponsoring Series for I think it's $197 without the new course and without all of those bonuses. Yep. So Brian was, quite frankly, Brian was pissed at me, and he said, dude, this is a $297 deal. Why did we sell this for $197? And he said this could be $297 all day long without all those bonuses. And I'm like, I don't know. I just wanted to be quirky and wanted to offer some no-brainer deal. And
you know what I always say about guys like you? Why do they do stuff like that? The answer is because they can. Right? Because why are you giving it away? Because you can. Because you want to give. You know, talk about wanting to give something to people and help them find their way in this profession that's been so good to us.
Absolutely. And if we can teach this to people and impact the profession as a whole, then all of our jobs are easier, and it's just so much better. So and you know, we both feel very strongly about that. The more skilled you guys become, the more you become practitioners moving into professionals, the better it makes it for all of us. You know, half the objections are about some of the craziness that's out in the marketplace. Well, what if we as a force, as a team, and I'm calling on all of the Secret Club in particular, you know, what if we decided to raise the bar and really be professional? People will be like, oh, you're not like that other guy. You're not like the person that keeps bugging me. So I'm going to throw, Ray, we're going to do like 7 minutes of questions. I'm going to scan through these real quick. Okay. I think you know where to find them because you can see them. Maybe you can pick. Well, I'm going to look at a couple. Maybe I'll toss one at you. It's up on the right. There's that little box, and there's a little blue pull-down menu, and it says chat, and you got it? Yeah.
So, all right, let's pick a couple that we think might be good.
Yeah, and I'll just, so this first one from Donna, I'll give you my take. Now, this is a question that you may get multiple answers to, but I'll at least give you my take. So Donna asks, if you've talked to a prospect numerous times and they keep saying, yes, I need this, yes, I get this, yes, I want this, but yet they won't take the next move, i.e. sign up, how would you handle these situations? So, you know, people are usually doing that when they don't feel like they have to make a decision. There's no urgency, there's no scarcity, there's no anything that's really pushing them into a decision. And so, you know, I like to come across and just say, hey, you know, just so you know, just so you're aware, I'm a busy guy. And, and I have a lot of things rocking and rolling, and I love you to smithereens. I would love for you to get the benefits of my product, service, opportunity, whatever it is that they've said. I would repeat back to them why it is that they've said they're wanting to join or wanting to purchase the product or whatever. And then I would say, we've been, I've been coming back with you, and, out of respect, because I really do like you, but I have a lot of clients that are demanding of my time. And, I keep, you're saying this, but you're not making a move. And, I just want to let you know that, I may have to make the decision for you. And I'm thinking that it may not be a fit for you. And what that does is it really screws with them. Is it really, they're like kind of perplexed, like, what do you mean? And a lot of times that little bit of a takeaway, that little bit of I may lose out, can cause them to say, you know what, screw it, let me just do it. And I've had that happen a lot of times. Now, you got to be willing to walk away, because your time is precious, and you should be saying less to more people. And by the time that you've come back into contact with this person a bajillion times, I like what Diane said. Get them on, hey, tell you what, get you on my email list. You can gobble that stuff up all day long. Doesn't require your time. I'm real protective of my people's time and their money. And so that's what I've said is, hey, it sounds to me like you're not ready to make a decision. And, we've been talking about this for a long time. I think I'm going to have to make the decision for you. And I'm thinking it's just not a right fit. That usually stirs them up.
Big time.
Okay.
Let me handle Kelly's.
Sure.
Kelly, you keep mentioning MLSP. Do you have to belong to MLSP to buy this course? Absolutely not. But if the course is being offered under the umbrella of My Lead System Pro. They bring out top marketers and do different products. So Ray has incorporated some different things to help people that are in My Lead System Pro, but this is designed for network marketers or anybody that needs to prospect and recruit. And I'd say 97% of the course is completely, or is the whole course?
There's actually only one video. There's one video that's specific to MLSP. So out of
a lot
25 videos or whatever it is, there's one video that's specific to MLSP. The rest is you can use for any online lead generation or any network marketing company.
Mm-hmm. And what's really nice too, Kelly, is when you get the course, there's a little box you can check off. If you'd like to check out MLSP, we'll give you 30 days for free to kick the tires.
Yep.
With no obligation. You absolutely can cancel. You won't be charged for your membership or anything like that. So if you want to look around and see what it's all about, it has spawned many of the top marketers in the industry, including us guys. And, we're very proud to be affiliated with it. But if you're not looking for that, that's absolutely fine. The course, I still absolutely highly recommend it. If you're in network marketing, you want the course.
Yep.
So.
And Elaine asks, key reason 11 companies were not for you. It was more me, right? I was the issue, not the 11 companies, because in every one of those companies, people were making money. It's just, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to be coachable. I wasn't investing in myself to improve my skill set. I had success in other niches. I'd had success in real estate. So I thought I knew it all. And that was one of the main things. Now, I did have, different struggles with different uplines, because I've always been a creative dude of, I want to do different types of marketing than the standard, go meet people in malls. And that some uplines didn't like that. But the bottom line is, when I was ready to crush it, I did. And so that I could have been selling, Frito-Lay chips. I could have been peddling, Sam Adams, right? It didn't matter. I would have crushed it, whatever I was in, when I was ready to crush it. And so that's nothing wrong with those companies, or some of them still great companies.
Yeah. Let me grab this one from Elizabeth,
Sure.
Asking if what I'm offering tonight as a bonus is different from my Twist Your List course. It is. The Twist Your List course is an 8-week, very comprehensive email copywriting course. This is a conceptual course where we're learning how to take our prospects and get them onto a list, and how to work with them, with the emphasis being on prospecting and recruiting. So it's designed for people in network marketing. So it's more specific, if that makes sense. Where one was a copywriting course, this is a specific how to keep in front of them so that you can keep prospecting them to get them to at your presentation. And Ray said it last night, and I could say it all day long. It's all about presentation, guys. how many presentations are you getting in each day, each week? Are you getting them in front of the presentation? And when you have that email going out and they're seeing that little link to the presentation, a lot of times they go and present to themselves behind your back. It's really cool. You'll have somebody that signs up and you're like, where did they come from? It was because you prospected them when it wasn't quite a fit right now. You put them on that newsletter and that newsletter was serving them, so they were opening up, and then one day they just went, let me go look. So it's a really neat process specifically, and I used this for years. It also works with retail products. I sold, oh gosh, I don't know, hundreds of thousands, you know, maybe more in retail health and wellness products using this technique. So pretty cool stuff.
Totally. I see Linda, she snuck into this webinar, Diana, so she's asking for bonus.
We had a couple of people asking questions, people that are closely connected to me asking questions about bonuses and stuff. Get with me privately. You know, there's no need to, you know, handle all that here. People worried about, well, I bought it before, I bought it now, I bought it this, I bought it that. Let's put it this way. We're going to do everything we can to take care of you. You know, because that's how we roll. I mean, come on, $197, 2 payments of $117. Right. He's giving you, you know, Jessica's probably like, you know, throwing things at him in the house, shoes, expensive shoes, but shoes. Just like, what are you doing? You know, your daughter
away the farm. I'll do. I see one more here. Joe Lopez, what's up? What was your breaking point? You struggled with so many other companies, then one day it clicked. What happened, and what was your motivation? You know, there's multiple factors to that, and I would say the biggest factor, not to get too like emotional on you guys, but the biggest factor was I had been in a funk for about a year. I had lost it all in real estate, was dead broke, in personal foreclosure, as you guys know. And, you know, I was really in this funk. And this person invited me to a seminar. And, you know, at first I was resistant, didn't want to go because I didn't want to spend any money because I didn't have any. And they actually bought a ticket for me to go to this event. I'm like, all right, you know, I'll go. They must want me to market it, right? That's how arrogant I was. And so, you know, I go to this event in the hopes of, man, hope this helps me make money because I was broke. And what I got out of it was something very different. I got out of it that repair relationship with my dad was on a to-do list with no priority. And I hadn't actually talked to my dad in 13 years. Hadn't seen him, hadn't talked to him. And, you know, day 2 of that seminar, I picked up the phone and I called him and I said, hey, you know, I want to see you, and I'd like for you to see your grandsons. You know, he had my boys were 8 and 9 years old. He had never seen them. And so he bought us tickets to go up to Indiana to see him. And it was on his birthday, and 4th of July. And I came home. And I don't remember what day exactly I came home, but I came home, and a few days later, my friend Chris, who Diane knows very well, my friend Chris invited me to a home meeting, and that's where I joined, and that's where I became the #1 income earner in that company. And my kind of you know, lesson there is that sometimes when you want a new future, you got to clean up some of your crap from the past. And, you know, although I don't have the perfect, you know, model-esque relationship with my dad, it sure is a hell of a lot better. And at least it's present, it's there, and where it wasn't before. And, you know, what happens with things that are on to-do lists with no priority is people die. And I think to myself, how would I have felt if he had died and I never even made that attempt? And my life is changed because of that. And so sometimes you want a new future, there may be some garbage you need to clean up. Maybe you need to forgive somebody. Maybe you need to forgive yourself, which I find is, you know, one of the biggest things that people need to do. And there was a lot of other things, like my mom getting served the foreclosure papers, like me looking at my bank account, $300 was in there. There's a lot of other things that were painful, but I have to say that's probably the biggest thing that impacted my movement to go in another direction.
You know, and we have to wrap it up, right? Yeah. I always say the name of the game is to stay alive, guys. And if you're here and you're staying in the game, you're, you know, in fact, the Deep Abyss is about this tonight. It's about through that seminar that somebody took you to. changed something about you and you went through repairing that relationship with your dad, and then you walked into a meeting, and in that moment, you know, and I remember the story that you ran and signed up before anybody else did because you understood how the pay plan worked.
Yep.
And everything pivoted and changed, and it was all through somebody bugging you to go to a seminar that you didn't want to go to, and you said yes.
Yep.
So you know, it's pretty cool. Last closing comment, guys, because I really do have to run off. Somebody asked me to repeat the bonus that I'm offering. It's called the Cash Flow Recruiting Machine. And it is a list building course specifically for network marketers. It's to show you how to take your prospecting efforts and turn them into a list that you're able to continually market to. And this is very different than internet marketing, guys. This is not capture pages and all this other stuff. It's learning how to add a simple invite into your prospecting process that gets people to give you permission to add them to your newsletter so that you now have the ability to be in touch with them more often. You can multiply the exposure that you give to the average person. You all know I'm not technical. This is my secret. I'm always collecting people when I'm seeing if the timing is right for them to do some business with me. If the timing is not right, I collect them and I serve them. And so that way, when the time is right to do business, I'm the person that they want to do business with. And it's a snowball. It's a magical, magical process, and
awesome.
Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. So guys, you have exactly 9 minutes. And if I know Todd Schlomer, he's not fooling around. He's sitting there with his finger on the button. He's down in Texas. He's like, shut this puppy down so I can go take a break. They're probably going out to the pool and in the grotto. And I know everybody's getting on a plane. I want you to have a wonderful trip. Please hug Tanya and Caesar for me. Give them my love. I'm so excited for them.
Brady will be there too.
Well, please tell Brady to wear his Speedo and take some pictures for me. And I don't like the red, white, and blue. I'm kind of more into the gold one. Or is he a poppy now? So there's no, the Speedo day's over. I saw some pictures the other day. So.
I'm not going to ask him to wear that.
Come on, Ray. Let us live a little bit. So anyway, I really want to thank you. Love the Jets and the kids and everything else. And I appreciate it. And the dogs. We can't forget the dogs. The dogs are our favorite. And I see a lot of people grab the course. I mean, I can only see, from my side, but I know a lot of people did. And I'm really excited about everything that's going to be going on. And I'll see you on the live sessions that you do. Can't wait to be there and learn from you. I always appreciate you. Hey, everybody, we're out of here. And for those of you that are involved in the deep abyss, come on over. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care.
Bye, guys.